bad dogs. So the one message that I want to give today, before our question and answer, is if you feel the same way they do, that these dogs deserve compassion and respect in our society in Texas, please help them. They have a game plan, but they can't do it by themselves. They're a very tiny, tiny group of people, and they need help very badly. So go over to the booth, sign up to volunteer to see how you can add your fire to this. You add your fuel to this fire that they've started, and that would help all of us. It'll help us in California to see your pit bulls do well in Texas. We're all in this together, right? Okay, so I'll pass it back to you. I think what we're going to just kind of take question and answer. It could be pit bull stuff in general. It could be the Vic dog experience, something that's you've been wondering about. I think we probably only have like 10 minutes for it, so we'll kind of get it moving here.
How do you feel about Michael Vick playing football still?
How do we feel about Michael Vick playing football?
How do we feel about Michael Vick playing football?
We don't think about it. We cannot.
Yeah, that's up to the NFL. I'll tell you, I'm way more disappointed in the NFL personally. I think it would have been a great example to say, if that's what you're going to do, you can't do it here.
Yeah.
Because it opens a gate for anybody to say, well, hey, you slap on the wrist and come on back.
Yeah. It's painful for us to see, it's painful. So we just focus on the dogs. The dogs live in the moment. They live for the now, and we have to live for the now for the dogs and not think too much about our anger or our grieving for the dogs that didn't make it, for the dogs that are suffering still. Some of his dogs are not doing well, are not going to be normal, are never going to be, living normal lives. And so we have to let it go, let go of the past, and work on the present, and to move the dogs into the future. Sadie. Okay, we got the tough one out of the way now. What are you wondering about?
What was your big determining factor in deciding to get involved in rescuing the Vic dogs?
Why did we get involved in rescue in the first place? Or
no, the Vic dogs. What was the determining factor that really...
Why did we decide to help the Vic dogs? We knew the world was watching. We knew the country was watching the dogs, and if they all died, we knew that people would blame it on the dogs. They would say those terrible dogs.
Typically at that point in history, every dog from every dogfight bust was deemed vicious and dangerous without evaluation by let's just call it largest animal welfare organizations in the world said these dogs were automatically dangerous. We knew different. We've been taking dogs. You mean the Humane Society of the United States? You mean PETA? Maybe. So we knew that if this continued, that these dogs were just deemed dangerous, that it would look bad for the entire breed. We've been taking dogs from dogfight busts since year 2000, occasionally, and doing some rehab work and finding that these dogs can make excellent family pets, just like any other pit bull terrier or any other dog that's been through an abusive situation. So we did not want it to happen again, sort of having it be sanctioned that these dogs were, by definition, dangerous without an evaluation. So it was very important to us to make sure these dogs got out there and did at least have a chance. Like any other dog from an abuse situation deserves a chance.
We're very disappointed in PETA because PETA continues to say that pit bulls that are in shelters should be destroyed rather than adopted. That's a point of contention with us. So all we can do is inform each other that there are organizations working to hurt our dogs, our breed, the dogs we love. And if you know that, then you know not to donate, and you know to tell your friends not to donate to them because they're not living their mission of helping animals. They're hurting our dogs, our family members. So thank you for bringing that up.
You know what kind of legislation is going on in Austin
We're not up to date on the BSL threats in Austin. We'd like to learn more. But whatever goes down, you guys, power in numbers. This is the place where you will make it stop. You have to work together on that. So if it's mandatory spay-neuter, you don't want it. It's not going to work. It doesn't work to get the dogs fixed. So I think that's where there was some discussion. We have mandatory spay-neuter in San Francisco, and that what has happened is it's caused people to hide their dogs in their basements. which is not helpful to anybody because they don't want their dogs confiscated to be, spayed, neutered.
And it's caused landlords to automatically believe that if there's some law against pit bull terriers, then they must be bad, so we're not going to allow them.
Right. So we need to watch that. BSL is evil in any shape or form. And so you guys know to watch it. You're smarter than we were 10 years ago when we were still struggling to figure out how to fight it. Now you know how to fight it if it shows up because you have models all over the country where people have successfully fought it. So yeah, that's a big one. Thank you for bringing that up. Huge topic.
Other questions?
What's the best response to somebody who tells you
Should introduce them.
Yeah, introduce them to your dog. The question is, how do we deal with the people who come up and say, well, your dog is dangerous, pit bulls are dangerous. The best way is just to put a smile on your face. If we as pit bull advocates are going to get ugly and start swearing and saying you don't know what you're talking about and yelling at them and causing a scene, now we look just as bad as they are portraying our dogs to be. So our best way is to say, oh God, put a smile on your face. Say, oh gosh, you should come meet my dog. And I don't know where you heard that, but that's actually mythology. So invite them over anytime to come pet your dog and put on a good face and walk away from somebody who's going to argue with you. Show them that you're not really a fighter in that sense.
And choose your battles. If someone's just going to debate you, then walk away. You know, and the people that count know, the shelters know, the shelters are learning. These are fabulous dogs. The people that count are learning.
And remember, we do not need to defend this breed. I think everybody should remember that. You don't need to defend your breed. Why? Your dog has done nothing. If your dog's done nothing, why do you need to go on the defense? Right? That just backs you in a corner and it makes you look like you have something to defend.
Also, remind people, these are my family. Do not insult my family. And that is a really strong statement, that these dogs are part of my soul, And, how can, if it's someone that you know, well, how can they say that? Would be a very personal attack for them to say, no, it's not right for you to love these animals as your family. So, protect them that way by letting them know how important they are to you. It's a tough one. Good girl. There is no rhyme or reason to who comes in. It's who needs us at the moment. Who's ever right in front of us at the moment, we have an opening. Yeah. So we are doing a lot more behavior cases and abuse, cruelty cases than we ever have. Okay. Yeah, he wanted me to repeat your question. How do we choose which dogs come into our program? Who's ever in need, who's right in front of us at the moment. Yeah. Just like you guys, right? Right.
Sometimes it does have to do with little things like, well, we have 4 females in our kennels right now. We really need a male. So we'll look for a male in need as opposed to a female in need.
Right. Good questions, you guys.
Other questions?
What else? Before we say goodbye. What?
Caesar Milan came from the same place that we did.
Yeah?
He started off doing this as a rescuer, so he came at this from his heart.
Yeah.
He started rescuing dogs. By proxy, he became a good trainer. Whether you agree with his training methods or not, they all came from his heart. He's going to help out these animals.
He loves the dogs.
He loves the dogs, and that's how we came about it the exact same way. We became trainers because we had to become trainers. When you're dealing with 500 pit bulls and the amount of time that we have, you better become a good trainer.
Anyone who loves the dogs is okay by us. I don't care if we don't agree on everything. We're not going to agree on everything. But if you love the dogs, you're good people. Right? Right. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, where you're from, whatever background. You love the dogs, you are good people. Okay? Yes. Let us hold on to that. We don't let people be prejudiced against our dogs, and we cannot be prejudiced against others who love the breed. Okay? So, yeah.
Any last questions?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. You've been so wonderful.
Out of all your years in rescue, what is your most rewarding experience that you've come across with a dog or an individual?
The question is, what's our most rewarding experience we've had yet during the rescue that we've had? I'd probably just have to say the Vic case, because it did the most for the entire breed. You know, what we were trying to do in the beginning was just every single dog that we would rescue would just go to show more that these dogs are worthy of rescuing, just like any other dog in the shelter. So that case just broke it wide open, so the whole country, the whole world could see that these dogs are worth rescuing.
And we all have our personal favorite dogs that, you know, took us to the ground and, and made it and survived. That's what keeps you going. But so it's hard to choose one. It's all very different. But all right. Well, it's been a fantastic. We're about to hop on our plane and head back to Oakland, California, and we're going to tell all our friends what a warm welcome you gave us, and how fabulous you are, and how beautiful your dogs are.
Austin is great.
Watch our Facebook page. A bunch of you will end up on there because we just got some beautiful photos. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lydia and Lovable. You guys are awesome. Thank you, John Schneider, for making me cry last night with your song. That was great. All right. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.